So did we just get proof that Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Abominable Snowman are real? Because Paradox at PAX West just dropped a trailer for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Not only that, they told us who the developer is and gave a launch window. I mean, if this can actually happen, who knows what's real anymore? In my last video, my top 5 RPGs, I made the offhand comment that we would probably never see Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines, by the way, was my number 4, but lo and behold, this Saturday, Paradox drops a trailer for Bloodlines 2. So let's do a quick rundown of what we know. First off, this is not the Bloodlines 2 that Hardsuit Labs was working on. They say it's a new code base, I mean, whatever that really means, because they didn't elaborate, and they're using quite a bit of the assets from the original development cycle. But that apparently is where the similarities end. The first major change, you're no longer a fledgling thin blood. You are an elder who's been awakened. What does that really mean? No idea. They didn't say. But we know that an elder is an old vampire, been around 300 plus years, which means you shouldn't be a vampire moron wandering around wondering, hey, what does this do and what does that do? Now, we do know that you were in torpor, which is sort of the vampire stasis, maybe massive injury, who knows, something put you there. Do you have amnesia? Do you have to learn how to use all your powers all over again? Who knows? They didn't say. The big thing was, you're an established individual, you're not new to this game, literally and figuratively. Now this, in my opinion, is probably a really good thing. It gives us a different approach. It's nice to play someone who actually has some knowledge of what's going on around them. How well they handle this, that's a whole different story, but I, for one, kind of think it's interesting and maybe a good idea. The trailer, that B-roll that you're watching now, is primarily combat. Now that's kind of ironic because the developer, the Chinese room, is known for what you might call a walking simulator. Horror-themed, very atmospheric games that are not combat-oriented and that do not do RPG systems. One of their notable games is Dear Esther. I have never played anything they've developed. Did take a gander at some of the things that were online now that we know that the Chinese room is doing the development, and none the wiser, quite frankly. Still, a developer that focuses on atmosphere and story, maybe they can't be all bad. But story is primary, but you can't ignore the RPG systems and the gameplay mechanics. Can they pull it off? Who knows? So what else do we know? Not a whole lot else. And by not a whole lot, I mean basically nothing. Do you create your own character? Do you choose clan? Do you get to choose your abilities? We don't know. We do know you get abilities, and we see them in the trailer as your PC, first person by the way, is destroying a bunch of dudes. Is there a third person mode? What does the dialogue look like? What kind of choices do you have? Is it based on your clan? Based on your actions? Well, we don't know because they didn't tell anybody. All of the news so far and the interviews that they have given have been insanely vague. They did say that it gets a fall 2024 release. A release window instead of a date is not exactly encouraging, but then again, when you change developers and you have all the turmoil that this game has had, hey, a firm window is better than nothing, right? So what do you think? Interested in this game? Have you been following it? Do you have any more news that we don't know about yet? Feel free to share in the comments below. And remember, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.